Hi everyone, today I want to cover a few common errors I see in the kettlebell swing, and I'm going to try and keep it short, but I do tend to go off on tangents, so please bear with me. The tangents will be relevant, don't worry. So I've come to this conclusion that the swing needs to be covered again because I keep seeing bad form, and I've learned a lot since I did the last tutorial, so this is almost like an update. So what I want to do is focus on a few essential points. The first is that the hip hinge, which is essentially the kettlebell swing and your deadlift pattern, is flexion at the hips and extension. Flexion at the hips and extension. There's slight flexion of the knee, so you are bending the knee a little bit, but it's not as excessive as a squat. This is one of the problems that I see. People often resort to a squat pattern, and this is something that people just need to unlearn and relearn, the hip hinge, because it's an unfamiliar movement to most beginners. And what happens is when you're kettlebell swing, you're going up and down into a squat, and the telltale sign for whether you're wanting to know if you're doing that or not is that you'll feel it primarily at the front of the leg. So just tune into your body and actually think, well, where am I feeling this? And if you're feeling it at the front of the legs, especially around this part of the leg, you'll know that you're doing a squat style. If you're doing a hip hinge, you should feel the stretch of the hamstrings. So when you fold back at the hips, keeping the spine straight, the spine should be completely neutral, and keeping the neck in line, so you're not looking forward all the time to extend the neck. Look at about 45 degrees downwards, find a spot on the floor that you can stare at, and then come up. What I do is I try to pack my neck, which is keep it at the same level the whole way down, but beginners find that very difficult because it knocks you off balance, and it's fine. Just find a spot on the floor and a happy medium, so you're not hyperextending the neck at the top or at the bottom of the exercise and looking up like that. Because over time, a lot of repetitions of swings, it could end up, causing issues there. But moving on, so you're folding back at the hips, keeping the spine neutral, hands between the legs, and then as you come down, reach through until you feel a stretch in the hamstrings, keeping your shoulders back and down. So the shoulders shouldn't roll forward, because that's just going to encourage your back to roll forward as well and put your shoulders at risk. So really focus on bringing them back and down, keeping the arms straight and reaching through. You'll see how high up my hips, up my thighs, my hands stay. They start here and they just reach through. Okay, they're not down here. There's no space between my arms and my body. Okay. If they're coming down here, there's a big gap here. You don't want the gap there. You want to keep your arms to your body and reach through. Okay? Okay, so I'm demonstrating a hip hinge swing. And you'll see the loading of the hamstrings, propelling forward with the glutes, keeping the back completely straight. And now I'm going into a squat style swing. A lot more emphasis on my quads. The movement is now up and down instead of front and back. You'll see now I resort back to the original swing, and you can see the difference. Okay, so this concludes part 1 of the kettlebell swing correction series. There's 3 parts in total, so I'll provide a link for you to follow in order to find the other pieces, but in order to find them all together, just follow the link at the very bottom of the video in the description, and that'll take you to my blog post on the whole thing. So thanks for watching.